What's poppin', sexies? It's your boy here, and we back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and we have my favorite banner of the year. We have the Halloween trailer. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got here. Now, we did get the silhouettes the other night, and a lot of people said one of them looked like Nils, so I think it could be Nils, just based on some of the past banners we've seen for Halloween. Okay, we're starting things off with a female Corin in a witch attire there. Okay, looking pretty good. Very nice artwork here for her. And it's not drawn by Sentia, who is the master of drawing this Corin. So she's going to be a blue breath infantry type. Kind of a bit of a downfall that she's not a, like, you would think a witch would be a flying type unit, but nah, they just made her an infantry type. So I guess that's similar to what they did with, what's her face? Saros from last time. Okay, so we got here Moonlight Stone, 16 might and 1 range, accelerates special trigger. At the start of the turn, if foe's attack can trigger a special, grants special cooldown count -2. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, grants all stats of 5 to unit during combat, grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per unit's attack, and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack, and reduces damage dealt to unit by 8 when foe's attack triggers a special, excludes miracle, and then adaptive damage. Wow, this is actually a very impressive weapon here. I'm kind of stunned. Honestly, this is a really good way to do a bait weapon. So you get the -1 special trigger. You're getting -2 special cooldown count if the enemy has a special that deals damage. So things like Glimmer, Bonfire, etc. Those are going to activate this effect, and she's going to get the special cooldown trigger as soon as combat starts. So it's going to be similar to Brave Tiki and Baby Boo Boo Ike, the way that they just instantly start the fight and they get their special spiral effect to go off. That's how this is going to work. And then you're just getting all stats of 5. You're getting a ramp effect, so kind of like a breath effect there, and then you're inflicting guard on the enemy, and you do a flat 8 base damage reduction when the foe does a special. So this is really strong because this 8 damage reduction cannot be like gone past by stuff like Deadeye and Lethality. It's just flat 8 points of damage reduction. So this is a really, really good bait weapon, and it just gets even better because she has negating Fang too. Wow, this is a really good bait infantry unit. I'm actually kind of stunned here. And then we have attack and speed finish. We all knew this was coming, but I didn't expect it to come so soon. So a very, very good A-slot passive. I'm of the opinion that the finish skills are basically as good as it gets for A-slot passives. You're getting the stats, you're getting true damage, and then you're getting recovery as well. You really can't beat that. 3 effects all in one. Just really strong. You have Dragon's Wrath 4 once again. So they've wasted no time at all in just giving this to another unit. Very good that she has that, by the way. So God damn, you think she's good enough? And then Joint Drive Attack. This is a very powerful unit. She just seems like a better version of the Flame Lyn that we got from last time. And of course she's a dragon too, so she can have the distant counter dragon seal. Whereas that's the one weakness I find with that Lyn, is that she can't really run distant counter without giving up her busted ace skill. Okay, so we have the male Corin as well. Kind of a bit of a cop-out to have both of the Corins on the same banner. I would have liked it if it was only one and not the other, just so we get some more unit variety in here. But this Corin is going to be a green breath infantry type, and he's also dressed up like a witch, which they could have been more creative, man. Halloween just has so many things they could pull from. There's so many different types of monsters, and having double witches, I think that's, again, a bit of a cop-out. Alright, but let's see what he's got. Okay, so we have here Starlight Stone, 16 might and 1 range, accelerates special trigger. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, grants attack up 6 to unit and inflicts attack -6 on the foe during combat, inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on the foe per attack, recovers 7 HP to unit when unit deals damage to the foe during combat, And also, if foe can make a follow-up attack, reduce damage from foe's first attack during combat by 75%. And then adaptive damage, of course. Okay, so he's going more like... more traditional, I guess you could say, with the way that he's trying to bait. So we have the light version of Spendthrift Bow there, -6 attack on the enemy, you get +6 attack. We're inflicting guard, we got -1 special trigger, we have recovery, which is very good. Every hit that he does is going to recover HP. And then he's got this 75% DR on the first hit that he takes, which is very strong. So what would be the downside to this? I guess if there's a really fast unit that can just double him and they're able to survive his first attack, like Brave Seliph, for example, I think would just run roughshod over this guy. And plus, he's got the miracle effect too, so there's no way this Corin is going to do anything to Seliph. But I guess it is what it is. Okay, then we have Moonbow, we have Distance Stance, and then we have Dragon's Ire 4. Okay, wasting absolutely no time with another Tier 4 beast skill. So at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack and res -4 on the foe during combat. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, and also if foe initiates combat, neutralizes effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks. So he has like half a null follow-up there. He gets the guaranteed follow-up himself, and then he's inflicting attack and res -4. It's not significantly better, but they basically just tossed on attack and res -4, which, I mean, sure, we'll take stats anytime they want to give it to us. So he looks pretty solid, although, like I said, he's got a couple more weaknesses than what I saw with the female Corin. Of course, the women have to get more love and care put into them than the men do, right? Alright, so here's his attack animation. So far, so good with the artwork, though. I'm liking both of their artworks. Oh! Okay. So we have Naga up next. I was not expecting Naga on a banner like this. I love the ghost behind her, by the way. That giant, like, sad-looking ghost. Kind of reminds me of Big Boo from Super Mario World. Okay, so Naga is going to be a flying colorless type unit. I can't tell if she's trying to be a ghost or if she's trying to be a mummy, because she has, like, the bandages. But then she has all these ghosts everywhere. I guess Mommy Naga can be whatever she wants to be, right? Okay, so this is what I would consider a good choice for a banner. Oh, dude, I love her sprite. Look at that sprite, man. She looks like she's having so much fun there. Okay, she's going to be a demo too, by the way, because she was the 3rd unit revealed on the banner. That's pretty interesting to see a character like Naga being a demote. So we have Serenity Breath plus, 14 might and 1 range. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, inflicts attack and res -5 on the foe during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And then if foe's range is 2, you get adaptive damage. So this is going to be an inheritable breath, and you're getting attack and res -5 on the enemy, and then you're blocking them from doing a follow-up. Things like null follow-up are just going to eat right through that, but still, it's nice to have the impact effect on the enemy phase for baiting. She has Rally Up Attack Plus, pretty good for a demote. We have Attack and Res Catch 3, and then Attack and Res Rain 3. Oh, this is real interesting. She's a flying dragon that's also a demote, and she's colorless. That's a pretty rare combination of things there to have as a 4-star demote. She has a lot of potential. I want to see her stats first, though. Okay, and then... oh, wow. This is a cool concept. So we have Milla and Duma as a duo hero. Wow. Okay, they're getting brownie points for this one. I was a little disappointed seeing both of the Corins at first, but then now we have Naga, Milla, and Duma. Okay, alright. I'm okay with this. So, Duma's going to be the lead here. He is going to be a Red Breath armor type unit. I guess, what are they supposed to be dressed up as here? I guess just like generic monsters. They have horns and stuff. He's got a top hat. I don't know what the deal is with that, but very interesting, and this is very good artwork for Milla too, and it's very different from the other Milla art that a lot of people are unhappy with. I personally like the OG Milla art a lot, but it doesn't really resemble what she looked like in Echoes, so this is more in line with that. Alright, so we have here Ghostly Lanterns, 16 might and 1 range, accelerates special trigger. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants attack up 6 to unit and inflicts attack -6 on the foe during combat. Neutralizes effects that guarantee foes' follow-up attacks. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And also, if foe's attack can trigger their special, and unit's res is better than the foe's res +5 during combat, inflicts special cooldown charge +1 on the foe before foe's first attack. Oh, that's dirty. Oh, that's pretty messed up. And then they have adaptive damage, of course. Yeah, so we saw this already on the Corin from earlier. Well, instead of doing like a special boost on the enemy to stop them from doing a special, she's ramping herself into negating Fang, and she has the flat damage reduction. But this is going to be a really messed up skill on her. Especially, she's armor type, unlike the Brave Tiki, who does the same thing here, which you could give guard to that Tiki, and then all of a sudden, enemies just cannot use specials to go through her. But the weakness with that Tiki is that she's not an armored unit. So you're not able to give her, like, save skills and all the Nai to make her one of the better tanks in the game. But this is an armored unit, so you're going to be able to have access to this effect. I would say give them guards somewhere. Maybe drop Distant Ferocity for, what would it be, like Bracing Stance 3 or any of the double stances that come with guard. They have Glimmer, they have Distant Ferocity, which unit can counterattack regardless of foe's range, and if foe initiates combat, grants attack up 5. So we got Distant Counter with attack up 5. Pretty good skill to add to the pool, but I don't really know if they want this. They're probably better off being a near save tank and then running like some ace skill to boost defense and res. But we'll see. They do have a unique C skill, so let's wait to see what that does. We got Dragon Wall for the B skill, and then Woeful Upheaval. At the start of turn 1, deals 7 damage to all foes. Reduces damage from foes' first attack during combat by a percentage equal to the difference between attack and foe's attack, with a minimum of 0, plus the difference between foe's max HP and foe's current HP at the start of combat. Times 3 for a max of 30%. Alright, there's a whole lot of, like, mental gymnastic math going on there. Let's just say they have a flat 30%. I'm not really sure if that's going to be practical or not in actual practice, but we'll see. And then if a foe uses bow, dagger, magic, or staff and initiates combat against an ally in 2 spaces of unit, triggers Savior on unit. Okay, so this is why they gave them Distant Counter then, basically. You know, you're probably better off running Bracing Stance 3 or Steady Stance 3 or any of those split stance skills with guard, and then giving them the Dragon Distant Counter seal, I think. Because they really just want to have guard. Whenever you have this effect here that prevents the enemies from using specials, you want to also have guard so the enemies can never use specials at all. And that's really going to hurt. Imagine not being able to use lethality or Deadeye on this unit that has Dragon's Wall. They're probably going to have crazy amounts of DR. They're getting extra DR as well from this over here on the enemy's first attack. So yeah, they look pretty good. Basically, this is what I think Brave Tiki should have been. Alright, there is the dragon form of Duma with a hat there. Pretty nice attacking artwork. So I wonder who the free unit is going to be then. Oh yeah, they also have a duo skill too, right? We ain't even done here. So, neutralizes any penalty, recovers 30 HP, and grants neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat for 1 turn to unit and allies in 5 rows and 5 columns centered on unit. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just healing, and you remove any penalties, and you also nullify foes' bonuses. Pretty strong. This is going to be really good in summoner duels where you can just pop this out of nowhere. Maybe they inflicted isolation on you, or maybe they inflicted stall ploy and exposure, for example. You can just remove all of that shit. So yeah, this is a good duo skill for them. We also have their stats as well. Let's just quickly double back and take a look at that. Alright, so Duma's got 47 HP. We got 62 attack, 19 speed, 40 defense, and 43 res. So looking pretty good. Speed is a dump stat, and then everything else is super high. So that's exactly what we want. Alright, they're just going to go ahead and pop that there, and I'm assuming they're going to show this mage attacking someone so we can see the far save in action. Yep. Alright, just like I thought. Alright, yeah, they seem pretty good. This is definitely a good take on a duo hero here. And it's also a combo I would have wanted to see too. Milla and Duma. Brother and sister working together. Alright, so they get a thumbs down for the 2 Corins, but then they get a big thumbs up for the 2 other units. And Nils was in fact the silhouette, so it looks like he's going to be our Tempest Trial freebie unit for this batch. I think out of all of these, I'm most intrigued to see what kind of stat line Naga has, because I feel like for a demo to be a flying colorless dragon, that's really rare. We don't have any free-to-play flying dragons, so let alone a demote that you could easily merge to +10. So I feel like she could end up being a really clutch pull here. But as far as like which one I think is the best on the banner, it's probably a toss-up between the female Corin and the duo. So if you're going to summon on this banner and you're going to go for the spark, I would say you probably want to spark either Corin, female, or Duma. And then if you want to go for the merges on Naga, let's wait and see what kind of stats she has before we decide on that. And then male Corin is okay. He's not the worst, but as a bit unit, he just seems completely overshadowed by the other 2 there. So that's my take on this banner. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. What do you think of the artwork and the costumes and all that good stuff? I think it's pretty good. Very good idea for a duo hero. Very nice to see Naga as well. So that's all for tonight. This is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, fellas, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.